well, it's still snowing here in Fuji Speedway, but that doesn't dampen anyone's spirits here in Fuji Speedway. Anyways, everyone, welcome everyone back to Fuji Speedway. This time, it's Split B's turn to race. Welcome everyone, of course, to the... Hang on, I'm just going to tell everyone that this is the Colorized Harmony Fuji 5-hour Split B race, round 1 of the 2025 Holotype World Series. And with that being said, let's take a look into the track map and see what the track looks like. Again, this is a very historical track though, opened in 1960s. 4.65 kilometers. You got this very long 1.5 kilometer main straights, and then in between them are a lot of tight and twisty corners, some of them being fast flowing, of course. 16 corners in total. Race distance over around 274 kilometers, which is expected for all 3 splits, including split B right here. And the lap record that has already been shattered. It's no longer 130, it's now a 129. Will we see 128? We'll have to wait and see. And now with that being said, we'll introduce everyone to the drivers here who will be racing in Split B. We've already finished Split A, so let's talk about Crystal Salman in Split B for ASCII. Alongside Kizuhara Leo, we've heard the news that Murasaki Shion has announced her graduation on April 26, 2025. So this is essentially Kizuhara Leo's 4th final race. His first race in Holotype will be his first of 2 races for Shion. And then there's Usara Pecora versus Daniel Goyena. And then there's Lorenzo Ricci for Hoshimarine. Tyler Williams for Amane Kanata. And then we have Ayun Derisu for Aziz Mwazi for Ayun Derisu. Maverick Duciem for Mara Polka alongside Joshua Zurich for Mori Calliope. And then Koirika Mendes for Takanashi Chiara. And then we got Pavel Arena for and then there's Rafael de Oliveira for Pavel Arena with Hakos Bales' Liam Kai joining in the fray. And then we had Tomoyuki Aoki for Takane Loi, who of course won here in Fuji back in Hall GT3. And then she's joined by Ed Sky for Kazama Iroha and Hanari Miyuki for Kobo Kanaeru. But that's not all, because they're also joined by, drum roll please, 5 different cars altogether, all of them within regloss. So again, we gotta welcome Jake Martinez for Hyodoshi Ao, same for Tonose Kanade, and then we have Ichijo Ririka as the Shanko, and then Joy for Jufute Radin, and then Masaraido for the Bancho. And I just wanted to check if everything is in place, and I believe everything is in place, so we are gonna go for a slight intermission here again. Everyone, welcome everyone back to Fuji Speedway for essentially Split B of round 1 of the Holotype World Series in the Colorized Harmony Fuji 5-hour Split B race. Again, I'm Mama Shadireza in the commentary booth, and alongside me, of course, is the Otonose Kanade driver, Seirin. So, Seirin, welcome back.
Hi.
Alright, so we got the cars are not on track. First car's out. That looks like Tyler Williams. So after what we've seen in Split A, what do you think is going to be different in Split B?
Now, after experiencing my first race, like actually watching it like live, right? I think I'm hoping for more plots, like more plot twists in this race.
Yes, more surprising turns coming our way. But we'll have to wait and see for this one, because we are now seeing new cars. This time we got the Split B batch coming out for their own race. We've already finished Split A, which of course ended with Hazik Yazid. We're grabbing Holotype's inaugural win, the first win in Holotype history. And then we also have Split B coming right out. We have Daniel Goyena joining in the fray. Hanori Miyuki for Kobo Kanaero also joining in the mix. Tomoyuki Aoki, Kizuhara Leo. Now, if you heard the news about Murasaki Shion, I'm going to explain this again. Shion has announced her graduation back on Thursday night. And now this means that Kizuhara Leo's time with the Shion in the cars are going to be limited. So what do you make of it?
Well, I just wish that since it's gonna be one of like the last with Murasaki Shion, right? And I just wish he'll be doing his best. He will be putting his dedication into it, just for like the few last round that he's gonna be around.
Yep. So right now we're gonna have Kizuhara Leo going for an onboard lap here in Fuji as usual. So again, in the final 2 corners, get the best exit out of that corner as possible. Go for that late apex so that you can absolutely carry a lot of speed into this main straight. As of course, we're going to be starting a lap here in these cars. Taking it nice and easy in the main straight. Look at the 100-meter board, as that is where you're going to be braking. Or just before for Leo, or we heard a slight lock up there. Now coming into the exit turn 1, turn 2, he's doing pretty okay here because of our Leo. And then into corner to take a slight dab on the brakes here and go for that turn in. And then into the long 100 R26308. It's pretty slow though. And then into the hairpin. We're right around before the 50-meter board. And then get a good exit off of the hairpin for a good run into 300R. And then look at the billboard into the double chicane. That's where you're going to need to brake. Staying in the first gear. This is a very, very tight section here. 502 there for Leo, not a good way to start your qualifying session. Then into the third sector where it's punctuated by slow corners where you had to brake and turn at the same time. And that should be a lap here in Fuji, as of course you still need to get a good exit from that final corner to make use of that 1.5 kilometer long straight. Looking into the times that are currently being set, Lorenzo Ricci currently leads the field because Harley is actually not that far. And then other drivers that is going to be joining. Crystal Salman now sets the provisional pole with a 131.166. Joey in that regloss car for Jufute Radin. He has now placed his car up in 6th. Masaraido, who has endured a tough campaign in Holo GT3 up to this point, we'll see if he manages to get up there, and he's up there, 130.999 for the Bancho driver. And if you notice here, actually, just wanted to share with you everyone here that the cars regloss are using are actually different from the cars that all of the other drivers in other branches are using. As you can see here, the front of the car is different, the side of the car is different. That's because all regloss cars are essentially provided by Ligier, and all of the other cars are provided by Orca. And speaking of which, Orca cars are currently up on the front row. Joshua Zuri has scored a 130.112. Koirica Mendez, who recently won here a week ago, is currently in 2nd. Richie and Guyana make it a 3rd Gen 3-4. Martinez also doing very well to get up in 6th place. De Oliveira now up into 7th. And speaking of which, guess who's in 14th?
It's me.
And right now, looking at Serindo, she's doing pretty okay right now. She is basically in pretty decent control there. Now, I just wanted to remind also everyone about a few things about the how do we call it? It's not really okay. Never mind. We're gonna be talking about Split B here, and right now it only has 19 cars. There will be 4 more cars coming up soon. So I would like everyone to stay tuned to know so that you can know who will be the next 4 drivers who will be racing in Split B. But they will be missing this race though, as this race is a representation of the fest. So with the other members not attending, so that's why we see the other 4 cars not attending. So right now we're gonna have only 19 cars out of the 23. And that actually leads us to the qualification for the series next season, at least for the World Series. Now for that, actually, as Corey Rica Mendez and Daniel Goyena trade places, making it a Filipino 1-2-3. Anyways, back onto the point. So for Split B, it's actually a bit different, on which the top 11 drivers in this championship will have an automatic qualification. and then 12th place will be a wild card spot. Now, basically, how this wild card spot works is that you're gonna be competing with the other wild card contestant, driver, and all that stuff. And when the points are essentially tallied up, whoever of the wildcard drivers have the higher amount of points will qualify for the CEO. And that's just exactly how Seirin actually qualified for the CEO in Holotype GT3. It's true. Now, the story goes that Seirin, she qualified for the CEO by virtue of her scoring 260 plus points over Jake Goodwin's 230 points, which basically tells us that Seirin actually didn't automatically qualify, but because she did get into a wildcard spot and she was better than the other wildcard driver, she'd be in the CEO. It's crazy, isn't it?
Very. When I heard the news that I got in, I was like, I got in? It was a surprise for me.
Yeah, it's a surprise for everyone. And speaking of surprises, looking into Joshua Zuri actually told about how in Split B there's just a lot of Filipinos, of course, including Zuri himself. There's also and right now it is a Filipino 1-2-3 with of course with Corrica Mendez, Danilo Goyena, and Joshua Zurid. So Filipino representation galore. Speaking of which, Hanari Miyuki is the best ID class car right now out there. She's currently running 4th. Lorenzo Ricci is 5th for Hosho Marine, and the best JP class car is Usada Pecora. And for the best reclass car, it's actually Masaraido, currently in 7th. And speaking of which, as far as all the drivers are concerned, I just realized that Jake Martinez and Masaraido are the only reclass cars inside the top 5, with the other two currently outside 15th. What do you make of that?
Hey, any win for reclass is a win. At least that's for me.
Well, at least as far as
me being in the race itself is already a wild card itself, like you said. So I'll try my best.
All right. So right now, everyone is trying everyone are basically trying their luck here to see if they're able to set faster lap times. But here's the thing, though. This time there's less parity as far as the top 5 are concerned. Lorenzo Ricci being the last driver within a second of Corrica Mendez out of Goyena, Azurit, Miyuki, and Ricci. But speaking of which, Kyle Williams is now joining in on the fun. Although he is only over a second behind, he's now up into 6th place. Crystal Salman 7th, wanting to avenge his fallen CEO Series qualification campaign in Holotype GT3, as he is now not qualified for the CEO. But the qualifying has now come to an end, with the timer now dropped down to 0. So this means that qualifying has now concluded, and right now Corrica Mendez is currently up on top right now, wanting to defend his title here in Fuji Speedway. While we still have yet to see a JP class driver winning here in Fuji, and also the ID class drivers. So we'll see how it goes from here as qualifying concludes. So Danilo Goyena comes into the pits. Joshua Zuri also in the pits. Corrica Mendez in the pits. Corrica Mendez are actually crossing the line. He doesn't improve. Liam Kai now goes up into 4th place though for Hako's Bales. Talk about chaos. Like, you can't even read though. I barely even I barely even noticed though about Liam Kai suddenly sneaking by into 4th. But anyways, 4 cars remaining, and it's going to be a confirmation though. Seirin is now up into 15th place. And looking into the last driver that will be crossing the line, Duciam being one of them. With Duciam crossing the line, he's now up into 7th. That we will have the confirmation here. It is gonna be Corrica Mendez on pole position for the Colorized Harmony Fuji 5-hour Split B race. And with that being said, we are just gonna absolutely go straight into the starting lineup here for the Split B race.
Mhm.
Now that being said, let's introduce everyone to the field. So anyways, welcome Koy Rica Mendes to the Hall of Pole Sitters for Takanashi Kiara. Daniel Guyana starts second for Sada Pecora, and Joshua Azura third for Mori Calliope, making a Filipino front row and top 3 lockout in Split B. And then Liam Kai fourth for Hakos Bales, Hanori Miyuki fifth for Kobo Kanaeru, highest ID class car. Tyler Williams 6th for Amane Kanata with Maverick Ducey, and 7th for Omar Polka. Lorenzo Ricci 8th for Hosha Marine with 9th place Crystal Salman for ASCII. Masaraido 10th for the highest Regloss car. Starts at 10th for Todoroki Hajime with Jake Martinez, 11th for Hiroshi Ao. Rafael De Oliveira 12th for Pavilion Arena with 13th place Aziz Mwase for Ayunda Risu. Right now, Kizuhara Leo has a lot of thoughts in her mind right now, and right now Kizuhara Leo is going to hope that he brings a good result for Kizuhara Leo. Hope she will bring a good result for Murasaki Shion. Seiren starts 15th for Otonose Kanade. Tamayuki Aoki 16th in car number 61 for Takane Lui. Shango 17th for Ichijo Rika. Edsky 18th for Kazama Iroha, and Joey rounds out the field in 19th for Jufute Raden. Now that being said, Seiren, I want to hear your thoughts before we get this race properly underway.
So for me, I might be a little bit biased with myself right there, but maybe I'll be a bit more biased to my own group as well, my gen mates, if you would.
Yeah.
But my expectation for this is gonna be wild. I would love to see battles between the drivers and the potential fights for the first place and everything. So yeah.
All right. So we will go ahead with the race. We still have a lot to play for. So anyways, we have the cars lined up on the grid here in Fuji Speedway. Of course, we have Koy Rica Mendes on board. Danilo Goyena is in second place. Joshua Zura in third, making it a Filipino front 3 lockout. 5 red lights are on here in Fuji Speedway, and the race is go for Split B in the Color Rise Harmony Fuji 5 hours. And it's gonna be a pretty messy affair though, as we are now seeing cars blast themselves into turn 1. We see Daniel Goyena though trying to make his move though against Koy Rica Mendes, but Koy Rica Mendes manages to defend around the outside pretty well. Oh, I think there's a bit of a contact there at the back. That's why the cars are pretty much jumbled up. And right now, there's still lots of battles to come to Seiren. Up to 14, Raido up into 11th. Edsky now trying to get himself up to 16th place, as now we are going to see Koy Rica Mendes lead the field. Goyena 2nd, Azura 3rd, Liam Kai 4th, Duciem 5th, Williams 6th, Richie 7th, Miyuki 8th, Martinez 9th, and Aziz Wazif rounds out the top 10. And meanwhile, Seiren now up into 13th place, now on a side-by-side battle though with Viro Rafael de Oliveira. And around the outside she goes at the Dunlop chicane. Very Kusogaki-like for the Kanade driver.
That's what my Oshi is.
Anyways, Jake Martinez and Hanari Miyuki are now going to go toe-to-toe between each other. Jake Martinez now up into 8th place, sends Miyuki down the order. Aziz Waze is going to be ready to swoop in on the chance. There's also Masaraido taking up possible opportunities for himself, as well as Salman. And as for potential battles here is Maverick Duciem, though he is getting closer and closer though to Liam Kai. Will he make a late dive down into turn 1? The answer is going to be no. Meanwhile, we are taking a look into Masaraido though, going down the inside of Aziz Muazif. And there he goes. He now is in 10th place. Kizuhara Leo now in 15th place, trying to keep herself in a composing position given recent events that have transpired. Kizuhara Leo only needs to just... Well, technically the pressure's already off Leo's shoulders though. She really doesn't need to think too much about wanting to bring home the championship for Shion, as Shion is already going to be gone by April. So Leo is just going to go at it. Saren.
Cruise a lot.
Anyway, Saren against Crystal Salman. Now she will take 12th place, but not before Salman fights back.
Oh.
And this is gonna be pretty tight though between the two. Salman blocks Saren, and that's gonna open the door for De Oliveira to overtake her back. Saren tries to defend, but positions her car very well for the defensive. And it's gonna be Saren defending her spot, but watch out for Kizahara Leo to watch out though, as he's now gonna go down the inside of De Oliveira at the start-finish line. And also Tamayuki Aoki waiting in the wings. And you can see though, trying to push Kizahara Leo into the pit wall. De Oliveira and Leo make contact! Oh, that was messy between the two, but these two are still added between each other.
Oh, if you can see, the weather is even harsher than the first one, I believe.
Yeah, I mean, visibility is pretty bad, but at least they're still able to see. But the fact that the racing action still hasn't diminished from all of that it's just odd. It's just awestruck, essentially. But anyways, Maverick Duciam currently in 5th place. Liam Kai currently in 4th. In their own little bubble of battles here. Meanwhile, Tamayuki Aoki though is gonna try to send Kizahara Leo out of the points. But right now, Aoki is just gonna hold tight onto her pretty damaged car on the left side. Right now, Maverick Duciam in 5th place, just chasing Liam Kai. The gaps drop down, but will it be enough? I don't think it's going to be the case. Meanwhile, Corey Recommendez controls this race from the lead. Goyena in 2nd place, Joshua Zurin in 3rd. There's also Liam Kai in 4th, almost gets pushed off there by Duciam. And then Tyler Williams in 6th place. Speaking of which, here is Aoki against Leo. Still about so far, but again, this is now a good time to show everyone the race field monitor. Daniel Goyena is gonna be doomed to make a lot of pit stops. Same goes for Jake Martinez and Saren and Joey and Lorenzo Ricci as well. Man, but whatever the case is there, as long as you can salvage points, that's gonna be a big win, regardless. Alright, so lap 4 of this race, Duciam still in his zone. Liam Kai currently in 4th. So right now, is in comparing splits A and B as far as for how much action there was at the start of the race, this is more essentially relaxed and calm and chill compared to split A, which
The split A, I believe a lot of drama was happening like at the first few rounds.
yeah,
Compared to split B, it's a little bit tame, if you can say it.
Yeah, you can call it tame. I mean, the racing action has calmed down, but that doesn't stop from the narrative. Doesn't stop the narratives from continuing to form, because you can see Duciam is still trying his best to make his move. But also there is Tamayuki Aoki getting close there to Kizahara Leo, trying to go at it between these two cars. And also, just wanted to check on a few other things. Joey and Chongo currently make up the final 2 positions. But anyways, back into De Oliveira though, getting very close there to Saren from what I'm seeing. On board your Rafael De Oliveira, this is number 01, Pabolio NA car. Alright, so just double check on a few more things
Close
here.
to each other.
So we are just gonna see if there are any more battles forming between these drivers. But whatever the case is though, I just want to remind everyone though about the fact that this is a race that is going to coincide with stage 2 of the Colorized Harmony concert. Danilo Guyana, meanwhile, that's the fastest lap out of anyone so far with a 1:29.306. Meanwhile, this is a potential side-by-side battle. Orders already. That's Jake Martinez coming into the pits. More drivers will be joining in. And right now, no one will be joining Jake Martinez for now. Martinez will be pretty lonely in that pit lane. So that's where he is right now. He is going to exit in last place. But anyways, back onto the talk here. Back onto the topic here. This is a race that coincides with stage 2 of the Colorized Harmony concert. And if you do want to know more information about the Fest and the Expo, as far as the tickets are concerned as well, there's the QR code to know if you want to know more info about the Six Fest. The QR code is now in the bottom right of your screen, so please scan the QR code if you want to know more. But if you already know a lot, then good for you.
So now wondering, when are the other drivers gonna join in?
The other drivers are gonna join in. Oh yeah, apparently, if you want to talk about other commentators, well, he essentially could not join. He's still at work, so that is massive drag. But we're gonna have to go ahead and per usual. Anyways, another driver coming to the pits, Danilo Guyana. And right now we do have a potential battle coming up, though. Aziz Mwazir and Crystal Salamander getting pretty close between each other. And looking into the top 5 right now, it's still a Filipino 1, 2, 3 with Mendez, Azurit, and Kai. Well, technically, Liam Kai is actually Filipino, but he uses his Japanese license. But that kind of counts all the same, so. But anyways, right now we do want to talk about Aziz Mwazif, representing Azim Darisu, the Nutty Squirrel. And right now, will he feel nutty enough to be able to defend very well against Salman? Because Salman has been hounding the Chipmunks' back, or rather, Squirrel.
Their defense is very high.
I noticed though, Watson actually placing his car in the right place at the right time really helps his cause. So Salman is gonna try to be a bit more creative.
Now, what is your expectation for this, for Split B?
Now, Split B is going to be a bit different, though, from Split A. As you can see here, the racing action has gone a bit slower than what we've seen in Split A. Well, of course, we are also going to be, seeing Sabrin coming to the pit lane to inevitably make more than 3 pit stops, unfortunately. But we are going to be hoping. I am going to be hoping for some crazy action somewhere down the line on the racetrack. Maybe I'm not the guy that will wish crashes in these types of races. I want to see drivers going very close there. Speaking of drivers going close, here's Kizuhara Leo and Tamayuki Aoki. Around the outside goes Aoki. Kizuhara Leo has probably back off there.
The sparks.
Sparks flying, indeed. And right now, sparks like a flame for Tamayuki Aoki, but that's the wrong Holland word that we're going to be talking about when we want to use that type of context. But anyways, Kizuhara Leo's doing pretty well, though, running in 13th place. Still within earshot of getting into a top 10 and maybe a long shot into the top 5. But anyways, Corey Rica Mendez now has a 4-second lead over his fellow Filipino compatriot Joshua Zurich, who is 3 seconds ahead of fellow compatriot Liam Kai. And as for the drivers who have already made pit stop there, Danilo Guyana is currently leading this pack. Martinez in down to 17th, Seri 18th, Joey 19th. But anyways, will we see more battles? I'm not sure if that's going to be the case, but I think we are going to be seeing a bit here with Tamayuki Aoki trying to catch the draft of your Rafael de Oliveira, who was coming into the pits though. But watch out though, Kizohara Leo is going to be making a move down the inside, wanting to find the few bits of hurrah that's still remaining on that Shion number 8 after the graduation announcement that essentially got every Shiyoko crestfallen. So right now Kizohara Leo has everything to play for. Seirin.
Now, here's my thoughts on this race right now. It's team competitor split A, but as of right now, everyone is being so consistent with their defense and attack right now, except for the first 3 where they are very like neck and neck.
But right now, it is still pretty much spread out though between the top 3, and for Kizohara Leo though, I really want to understand though what is going on to Leo's head, because of course, if I actually know Kizohara Leo, the Kaicho personally, of course. Kaicho, of course, was the person that that really helped me in the ARO's formative years and all that stuff. And of course, if we want to talk about Kaicho in of herself, actually, I do give a bit of a care message for Kaicho, as Shion officially announced her graduation from Holotype. I know it's going to be very, very difficult for all of the Shiyokos who are watching this stream, and also Kizohara Leo, who is doing his best to cope with the fact that his Oshi, her number 1, is going to be gone after April. So I'd say stay strong and find alternatives.
So it's never easy when your Oshi is graduating or graduated even. So I personally have a few of my Oshis graduating, and it's not a good feeling is what I'm gonna say. It's never easy.
Yeah, of course, when you put your emotions, you put your everything into your Oshi and all that stuff, when all of this is gonna be gone soon, it's gonna hurt a lot. It's gonna hurt a lot in a lot of sense, but as long as you have backups and you know that, and you have the feeling of solace that virtual YouTubers' time is going to be final like everything in this world, then you should be able to be better off. And you know who else should be better off? Well, I'm not sure, because Lawrence Arichi is currently pitting, and DuCM is getting actually closer to Liam Kai. Just wanted to point something out into potential battles. Salamander's also gotten close to Moaze, but not close enough for an overtake.
But as of right now, Leo is really doing their best. Yeah.
Yeah, just weathering through the storm of Shion's graduation. I also, again, would feel for Leo. I would resonate a lot with Kaicho on her thoughts about the Shion's graduation. Of course, again, it's very remarkable that Kaicho still continued to made the decision to continue to race. But for now, Leo still has a long way to go. Kaicho has until April to give everything back to Shion. Meanwhile, Seirin is getting close though to Tomoyuki Aoki though. She's going to try to hang around the outside. But again, Aoki with an amazing defensive move though. So anyways, we have split the field in 2 between the drivers who have already made pit stops and those who have yet to make any pit stops. And right now, for those who have already made their pit stops, Goyena is leading, he is currently being held up though by Shango. Shango not exactly having the faster car out of the bunch, but it's still out there. But here comes Koei Rico Mendes though down the inside against Danilo Goyena.
So close.
Yeah, it was so close though, but it's now to start up before our driver up in front. Meanwhile, we got Maverick Duciem still getting close to Liam Kai, but nothing of note. Alright, so we're just gonna be checking on the other drivers here. Saren still ahead of, I believe, Joey. Already Rafael Oliveira, who's currently down to 17th place. Then there's Sean Go, still ahead, not overtaken by Danilo Goyena though. Corey Recomendes is chasing. Now, if you do know about context is here, actually, the battle between Goyena and Mendes is also technically a battle for the race lead because they were in the lead at one point. So, with them already serving their first pit stop, they are currently in a potential battle for the lead, but for now, it's these two that are currently not exactly in command of the whole race, but in command of their own pack. So Corey Recomendes now goes down the inside of Sean Go. Sean Go is now cleared. As Goyena now comes into the pits once again.
There's gonna be a lot of pit stops for them, right?
Yeah, there's gonna be a lot of pit stops for sure. But meanwhile, we still have Maverick Duciem, who's currently running in third, trying to catch Liam Kai. And right now, guys, I'm gonna need a bit, what do we call it? Intrigued to see how this battle is going to be playing out as we're about to finish the first quarter of the race. And right now he's just too far back. The gap is too much. But anyways, if you look into, anyways, we're gonna be on the topic here on what's happening right now in Makuhari Messe. So we got Watson Amelia as one of the announcers, and then we have Mikochi being stuck in a crane for some reason inside of a crane game. And then there's a lot of people queuing up for the Six Fest. I think if we want to have a head count, I might count maybe a few thousand at least. And, oh yeah, speaking of which, just wanted to check on to other things that's happening here. Lots of noodles, lots of variety activities and all that stuff. And it's nice to see though that the fans are just so excited to share their merches, their plushies and all that stuff. Like they're all just so very giddy, and I just love their vibes.
Now, personally, do you collect the merch?
Yes. So if you want to know what type, I collect plushies, I collect fan merch, I collect keychains, stickers, and all that stuff. And you know, I'm not just as giddy as they are, you know, all that stuff. I remember going to Comic Fiesta back then, and the vibe was pretty much similar. But speaking of which, there have been battles up front between Lorenzo Ricci and Sean Go, or rather Lorenzo Ricci clearing Sean Go. But anyways, back onto the racing scene here. Liam Kai and Joshua Zuritz's gap is still at 2 seconds. Maverick Duciem not making any inroads to make overtakes against Liam Kai. But meanwhile, Kizuhara Leo though is doing pretty well. If you look into race field moderately, Kaicho is actually going to go pretty long. So I might actually think Kaicho is going to have a very good race. But speaking of which, Leo needs to deal with X-Sky first. Or rather, Crystal Salman, or rather that's Seirin, who is causing Kaicho a bit of trouble.
Somewhat, you know.
No.
But so far, Leo has been very consistent, so like, they might have a good shot.
Yeah, so right now we still have Salman in the place where he is right now, and Looking at Aziz Wasif though, or rather that's Masaraido around the outside against Hanari Miyuki. You don't see a move like that too often though. Round the outside at 300R and into the chicane. What a move that was from Masaraido. I wasn't expecting that move to go through, but he went through. If it stayed side by side with Miyuki, trusted that Miyuki would stay in her line, and that's where the move is made. And just to check on to a few more things to look into. Crystal Salman still in 8th place where he just trying to find a way past Aziz Wasif, but still nothing comes of it. Now I would say that this race I would see it as a slow burn. A slow burn to something great in the end. Like in Split A, it was very great at the start as far as racing is concerned, and then in Split B, where and then Split
it's a little bit slow.
Yeah, in Split B, the start has gone pretty slow, but maybe we'll see a lot of racing action in the middle of the end. Maybe that could be the defining moment in this split. So it's Kizuhara Leo now in 9th place. Seirin's now under pressure from Kaicho, who wants to get his lap back against wants to lap Seirin and get into Crystal Salaman's gap. But right now, it's not going to be the case for now. Speaking of which, we still have Hanari Miyuki though trying to find a way past Masaraido once again. So yes, there's a lot of Kusogakis I noticed though in this split. We got Otono Sakarade, Murasaki Shion, Kobo Kanaeru, and all that stuff. There's a lot of like Kusogakis, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
And speaking of which, Hanari Miyuki is now closing in on Masaraido. We have Jake Martinez coming to the pits once again, as predicted. Right now, we thought that Kizuhara Leo could make a move against Seirin, but he's just too far back. Meanwhile, Tomoyuki Aoki though is getting close though to Shango. Again, Shango not in the races right now, just being pretty slow though, and you can see here that Shango just casually let Aoki go. Right now, it's gonna be a pretty interesting side-by-side battle here. Oh, this is gonna get pretty messy though. Shango actually is squeezing Tomoyuki Aoki onto almost the wall as Jake. It looks like Jake Martinez out.
Now the Oliveira.
Yeah, the Oliveira. Yeah, the Oliveira has now also joined in the pits as we speak. Hanari Miyuki, meanwhile, in leading the ID class over Aziz Wasif and Rafael de Oliveira. Joshua Zuri and Liam Kai still controlling the lead as it stands. But watch out though, Maverick DCM not far behind. Salman in 8th place, still doing his job as it stands here. And then we have Seirin. Oh, there's another move there. Salman against Aziz Wasif. This is a battle for 7th place. You can see your Salman tries to hang around the inside of turn 2 so they can be the outside line at Coca-Cola corner. In turn 3, this will be in the ASCII driver's advantage. And he makes his way up into 7th. And likewise, Tomoyuki Aoki is getting very close though to actually Shango. Shango is causing a lot of trouble though to Tomoyuki Aoki. Aoki, meanwhile, says that I'm up to the task. I'm ready to use my Hawkeye vision to see a potential move, and that is what Aoki's doing right now. Oh, but Shango stays around the outside line to cause even more trouble to Tomoyuki Aoki as Sparks continue to fly. Oh, and that is it's actually Tomoyuki Aoki going off. You saw how that developed though. Aoki went too far right into the curb and had less effective braking. She went off the track. Fortunately, she's able to get back. But man, Shango absolutely intimidated Aoki there.
Now, what usually happens when drivers go out, like way past out from the
Track.
the track?
So basically how it goes is that if you don't gain an advantage, it's fine. I mean, you have these runoff areas to basically give you time to slow down your car before you hit the barriers or walls. And Tomoyuki Aoki didn't intend to crash her car. It's just that she made a mistake. And speaking of mistakes, Dogo has had a mistake on his own as he let Martinez pass. Martinez, now down in the last place, is just going to be hoping for a consolation from this point on.
But still, anything can happen.
Again, echoing that sentiment for sure. Speaking of which, Hanari Miyuki still in 6th place trying to catch Masaraido for 5th place.
Currently, we have 2 drivers hits on pit.
Yeah, that's Tomoyuki Aoki, Koirika Mendez, and Danilo Goyena, as we've mentioned before. Now it's going to be Koirika Mendez properly ahead of Goyena. Aoki is currently spending a good amount of time in the pits as we speak. And as for the other drivers here, as we're now coming into lap 20, we are seeing more pit activities. Martinez, Sarin, Joey, Joshua Zurt coming in soon. And then there's Lorenzo Ricci as well, Crystal Salman. So yeah, there's going to be more pit stop activities coming up, but I expect those who make 1 stops to be the ones that will be there to win the race. And right now we got DCM currently in 3rd place. Still trying to find a way past Liam Kai though. The gap between Azure, Kai, and DCM is only at around 1.4 seconds. So we can tell how close this battle for the race lead is.
The 3 of them is already having their own battle by themselves at this point.
That's what we call a pack of cars. And speaking of which, DCM has decided that the time is now to come into the pit lane. Meanwhile, Hanari Miyuki still looking to sniff something out against Masaraido, who I just wanted to mention to you a bit about Masaraido's this Holotype GT3 campaign. It hasn't been good. He had troubles adjusting to his new car in time for qualifiers, and he basically was scoring consistently outside of the top 10 and didn't qualify for the CEO. But now he has a second win, if you will, now that the Bancho car is currently up in 4th place. Of course, he needs to pit himself, but that just shows you that he's not giving up.
Yeah. That's very commendable.
Yeah, very commendable for sure. So, Sirin, with the first third of this race concluded, we can now conclude that it's a bit drab, contrasting to Split A, but it's still a very intriguing affair, though, to see how the strategies are going to be playing out. And also, Tomoyuki Aoki going off into the runoff area after having some of her tires in the grass. Now, if you want to know from my experience, you don't, if you brake in an uneven surface, which has differing levels of grip, that is gonna be sending your car into a spin.
Okay. Oh, that's gonna be tough to make a comeback. But so far, consistency. That's what I'm seeing a lot right now, actually. Compared to Split A, there's a lot of consistency, like even more consistency in Split B.
Yeah, so let's just take a look into some of the activities in the fest. And there is actually a collaboration coming up soon with Holotype and Street Fighter 6 for some reason. And based on my predictions here, Pekora is going to be joining in alongside Toa, Lapras Darkness, and then Aki Rosenthal with Inugami Korone, if I'm not mistaken. Hoshimaki Suisei is also joining in alongside, I can't tell, Ozora Subaru, if I'm not mistaken. They will be joining and they will be having a Street Fighter collab sometime soon.
Okay, that's interesting to know. I'll probably gonna look up through that collab.
Yeah, so speaking of which, Crystal Salman and Seirin are now in the pits, serving yet another pit stop. Crystal Salman will be exiting in 10th place. And looking at Salman's tank of fuel, it looks to me that Salman will be going through almost the entirety of this race. Of course, Seirin will also be making yet another pit stop soon. Salman and Go traded blows, but now they are up in their positions as we speak. And now that leaves us with Kai and Williams, though, in the battle for the top 2 spots. Ducian, meanwhile, is doing pretty well in 9th.
And Leo is currently 6.
Yeah, as you mentioned there, Kaicho put in a full tank of fuel at the start, or rather close to full tank of fuel at the start. And right now, the Kaicho doesn't have any needs to... doesn't have the need to...
Go to the pit stop, is it?
Yeah, doesn't need to go to the pits for now, but right now there's still around 37 laps or 38 laps of racing that still need to be done, so there's still something to take note. And then there is Sean Go still trying to get close to Crystal Salman though after all this.
But from what I'm seeing, Salman, they're good with catching up really, and then placing, but then they got overtook by Sean Go now.
Not really. Not really. Shango is still behind. Salman is still ahead of Shango as we look into the actual feed here, camera feed. And speaking of other feeds here, Kazuhara Leo, as you mentioned, has done very well to be in 6th. And right now, as the field gets very, very spread out, I think now's a good time to talk further about the fest. Now, in the expo, they're going to be using this opportunity to announce new merch, and the new merch that's also going to be coming in will be new figures for Fubuki and Mio, in which their representing drivers will start to only represent in in Sundays a split C race.
Okay.
And
so
yeah, continue.
Currently, there's like already 6 festivals, right? Have you ever joined any of them?
Well, all of them have taken place in Japan, so. But but the closest I could have gone would be Comic Fiesta. Holotype actually performed a concert there when they had a quote-unquote world tour titled Soar, with only like 7 members. They performed in Surya in the KLCC's the actual convention center.
Okay.
So that's as close as I could ever be. Meanwhile, Salman in 10th place doing his work as usual. But watch out though for Leo. She is now piling on the pressure onto Moazif. And Kizara Leo now trying to find a good exit from that final corner to magically bring the Shion number 8 into 5th place, of course representing the Violet Mage. Kizaru Leo, of course, had that great exit to begin with. He's gonna think of a move down the inside pretty much soon. And peels through to the inside because of Kizuhara Leo. But will he make his move stick? He's not ahead though by turning, and there's light contact between Leo and Moziv though, take nothing away from him. That was a great defensive maneuver.
Yeah.
And right now we are taking a look into Duciem, who's currently in 8th, and then there's also Azurin in 9th being held up by Ed Sky, or not exactly though. Ed Sky is currently up in 7th, Duciem 8th, Azurin 9th. So he is currently being held up by Daniel Guyana, who is running in 16th after having such a great qualifying session.
They had a great start.
Yeah, a great start too, but the strategy didn't pan out very well.
Yeah.
And speaking of which, Lorenzo Ricci about to make his move against Corey Riccomendez, who of course started on pole in this Split B race. And down the inside, Ricci goes for the Sencho, trying to use the power of the 7 Cs to make his way, or rather barge his way into Booty. Not that Booty, but you get my idea. Anyways, new drivers in the pit lane. Masaraido and Hanare Miyuki, they're expected to fuel up right until the end. So joining them will be Yuri Rafael de Oliveira. And right now Hanare Miyuki is going to be pitting, but she will have to pit again in lap 56, 57. Same goes for Masaraido, who is going to be good until lap 57. So you probably need to get past into lap 30 though if you want to have a solid chance to get a very good result. Of course, this race, of course, as we mentioned multiple times before, the races are not won after the first corner. There's still full race distance that you still need to deal with. So if you're still in the middle of the pack or in the back of the pack, the mindset is to calm down and collect yourself, because there's going to be more opportunities afoot soon.
Guyana is having another pit, but they came back.
And speaking of which, there is Lorenzo Ricci against Corey Riccomendez once again. Lorenzo Ricci now down the inside of Corey Rico though, but Corey Rico though manages to use the outside line to great effect. This time he defends it well.
That's a good defense. Yeah. And Leo being 11 after the pit is not too far.
Yeah, not too far from where Kaicho started. Of course, Kaicho didn't have the best of qualifying sessions this time out. But again, we've seen this with Daniel Barger and Alexi Bowen in the Split A race. There's every chance we'll see a similar thing with Kaicho.
Yes.
Oh, and
Duxium is now 4th.
Or rather, Duxium has always been 4th. But right now Etsky is causing trouble. But speaking of trouble, and Etsky currently in 5th, let's take a look at the progress chart and see that the biggest gainer, and of course it's no surprise that Etsky has been the biggest gainer out of anyone so far, gaining 13 positions from where he started. He started 18th. Feeling a bit jaded at the moment, could feel a bit of a rest, but we're gonna have to keep pressing on. Tyler Williams has already made his move into the pits, a well-known one. And for Liam Kai, his call is going to come soon in the next 8 laps. I also believe that Liam Kai has a serious chance to win though for Hakos Bales.
And we're closing to the halfway point at this race.
Yeah, it's just crazy though that we're already coming into, well, close to, I'm not sure what's the term here, but we're coming into 1.5 hours, or rather 2.5 hours of total accumulated racing time. With Split B finishing, with Split B's operations here. Anyways, Etsky has now come into the pits. Jake Martinez goes into the pits again. And right now it is a pretty slow affair. But who knows, there may be more battles coming up. because you can see here, this is a battle. This is a battle for both P9. Sorry, this is a battle for P15. Of course, Saren and Urified Oliveira are currently toe-to-toe between each other on who gets to take 15th place. But watch out though for Lorenzo Ricci. Ricci is still gunning for that chance to clear the lap cars. Alright, Saren, just wanted to open the floor to a few more questions from you. Like if you have any questions about the race or on Holotype or the Fast or the Expo, you can just ask me. I can absolutely answer.
So I have about the race itself. So out of all these drivers, right, who's been competing like the longest and who's somewhat new to this race?
All right. So if you want to talk about new and existing faces here, if you want to talk about new faces, well, probably take a look into the Regloss drivers, as these are essentially their debuts in Holotype. Well, technically everyone is new to Holotype, but as for the longest tenured driver in ARO competitions, we got Raija Kaczynski and Sean Pauly, and also Kizuhara Leo, who were there since 2022, early 2022. Kizuhara Leo, of course, represented Shion since early 2022, and as Liam Kai and Seirin come into the pits again. So the story goes is that there are 3 drivers who have basically represented themselves in Holotype racing since 2022, since the ARO's inception, as we mentioned, Kizuhara Leo, Raija Kaczynski, and Sean Pauly. Sean Pauly, of course, will be racing in Split C tomorrow, as well as Raija Kaczynski. But for Kizuhara Leo, she's currently racing in this very race as we speak. And of course, the other long tenure driver will be Muhammad Shazad Reza, who represented Himawari Luna for over 3 years.
No,
so yeah,
he understood.
So there's a lot of new and old faces, and as far as the newest faces are concerned, watch out for the mystery drivers that will be coming up in splits B and C.
Now, here's another question. How did you get the idea to make this racing based off Hololive?
Alright, again, this will go back into when I saw the second fest in 2020. The Origin Idol outfit, as it was called. It was a very, very well-designed idol outfit. 3 specific top designs, 3 specific leg wear variations, of course. You have the base color, the accent color, and the patterns on the left side of your leg, socks, and all that stuff. Of course, these were the OG idol outfits that Holotype have ever used. So there's always a sweet spot for that to me. But anyways, back onto how I managed to start the ARO. It's that essentially I saw the Origin idol outfits. I thought to myself, man, this reminds me of All-Star Racing, as in All-Star Racing where the drivers, you essentially have just similar livery cars, etc, etc. And then I tried to and then I had this other idea: convert their idol performances into actual racing. And so work was made in May 2021 to start make new liveries, and then I started competing them for real in 2022. And since then, there has been massive amounts of evolution that has been happening so far. Speaking of which, Liam Kai and Tyler Williams, though, their gaps are getting pretty close there between the two.
We officially hit like the halfway mark of this race.
Yeah, exactly. We're on lap 31. Good eyes there, Seirin. As again, I just wanted to remind everyone that this is the Split B race of the Colorized Harmony Fuji 5 hours, coinciding with stage 2 of the concert of the same name. So, if you do want to know information about this live concert and this expo, and basically know more about the fest in general, there's a QR code in the bottom right of your screen right now. You can scan this QR code into the bottom right of your screen for you to be redirected into the 6 Fest website, and for you to be able to know more about the information. And also, if you want to talk about viewerships, people are also tuning in to this stream as well. And nice to see people just having their Oshis is back. And speaking of which, Lorenzo Ricci has now come into the pits. But right now, the only close battle that I can think of other than Kind Williams is currently Moazif and Masaraido. But right now, nothing has come of it still. Again, this is a very calm race compared to last time. So again, back into the fest talk here actually. When Shion would inevitably perform in the fest, as there are now side-by-side battles here, that's Seirin against the lap car, or rather Maverick UCM lapping Seirin. Seirin is now down in 17th place, and but then Seirin manages to defend. And there's more lap cars approaching. That's Shango. Alright, speaking of which, about the fest talk in itself, you know, there's like pen-like colors and the specific types of cheers that the members ask the fans to do. Now, I'm gonna feel like Shion is probably going to be the loudest.
Definitely.
And
Unless they're gonna make like a specific concert for her or something.
oh
Just
yeah, a
something
solo
to
live.
like
A solo live.
celebrate.
It's too late for a solo live though. Now, anyways, back into Murasaki Shion though, where currently Kizuhara Leo is running in 9th. So Shion has felt disconnected from Hololive, but she was honest about this one. She said that she tried to take a break, but ended up still not feeling any different. She tried multiple ways. She tried multiple ways to remain in Hololive, but currently the circumstances just don't fall in her favor. I mean, she's been in Hololive for over 7 years now, or almost 7 years now, which for a VTuber like Shion is absolutely absurd. And you can tell how much it takes on your brain to just think about streaming, and then suddenly you have to change your game to suddenly having to do a lot of collabs, brand deals, and then you have to do a lot of concerts, live concerts, and all that stuff. Shion just wants to march to the beat of her own drums, but she just couldn't in Hololive because Hololive asks her to do a lot of things. Again, I'm not blaming Hololive for anything. It's just that the Shion of today is currently feeling very tired and fatigued and all that stuff. So I would like to request everyone's understandings of this subject matter. And as for Kizuhara Leo, again, as I mentioned, I wouldn't be surprised if Kizuhara Leo gets absolutely dejected by the fact that Shion has announced her graduation, which it will happen on April the 26th. But for now, there's still this race at Fuji that Kaido still needs to deal with.
As you mentioned, being dejected is fine, and again, it's not like the company's fault at all. People grow and they kind of have like, you have your own opinions, and so like her leaving is probably what's best for her right now.
Yeah, and even then, there are some fans that take solace in the fact that Shion has had enjoyed a pretty amazing longevity given her what do we call status here. And speaking of actually speaking of Kaicho though, Kaicho is doing he's coping this issue in a very professional manner. He's currently very strongly run right now on the racetrack, as he is now still looking to find more results here as battles are not coming in front. Well, watch out though for Maverick CM though against Tyler Williams. This is the battle for second. As you can see here, now the gap between the top three have dropped down to 1.2 seconds. This is what I meant though. If the early parts of the race have gone pretty chill here, it's gone into a pretty drab fashion. Watch out in the mid stages of the race, because right now we have Liam Kai stuck behind the lap car of Sean Go, and he's currently being like a firewall to Liam Kai. Tyler Williams though is chasing, but right now he is currently being blocked by Seirin. Maverick DCM on the other hand is closing in onto Joshua, closing in into the top two, but Joshua Zurich is now going to try to clear Daniel Goyena, who was up top, but now is a lap down. Joshua Zurich, meanwhile, is going to try to clear the lap car, but we'll see how it goes from here. And Joshua Zurich continues to struggle against Daniel Goyena. UCM does pretty decently so far. Tyler Williams just needs to pass Seirin. Liam Kai just needs to pass Sean Go if they want to go about their merry ways. But there's still a lot of play for though in this race, especially given the context of this battle.
Even though like this race is kind of like a chill one compared to the split A, but the competition between the drivers is very neck to neck at this point, especially for the first three, and even like those at the bottom, it's very close by to each other.
Yeah, you can tell that Parody is doing their work here in trying to close down the discrepancies between each cars, and because of that, we get to see very pure type of racing, a raw type of racing that hasn't been appreciated as of recently. But as of right now, we should all savor on this moment as they're all just continuing on their performances as usual. And even if the gaps are getting pretty big, there's still lots to talk about. And speaking of lots to talk about, we are Fuamoko figures have been confirmed. And then there is let me just check here. There's a lot of groups here. Oh yeah, there's K-Player in Hall. The application of Shirobotan is confirmed. Oh yeah, if you actually see the message boards on the walls of the expo, there's actually Ame somewhere. So of course Ame has always remained there, and then and all that stuff. So sometimes stuff isn't properly lost.
No, I actually had a close friend who was a big fan of Ame, and when she announced her graduation, or not really a graduation, not really sure. Is she working like?
Yeah, she's still part of Holotype as an affiliate. But
so we'll still be seeing her, is it?
Yeah, we'll still be seeing her from time to time, but she won't be doing any active streaming.
I understand.
So yeah, I understand that it can be very devastating, as we mentioned multiple times already in this stream. But as long as you have backup plans, as long as you're in this belief that the VTuber's career is going to come and go eventually, then the feeling of sadness is going to be reduced. But meanwhile, Tyler Williams though is going to go toe-to-toe with Reglow's car, and that is actually Sean Go, and more side-by-side battles here, because look at Maverick DCM though down the inside against Daniel Goyena. Oh, and Daniel Goyena almost making contact with DCM, and DCM's gonna try to find something, but watch out though for Joshua Zurich. And now he's gonna try his luck to go side-by-side with DCM. To the final corner they go.
No, the gap, there is a huge gap there, but those at the back, not so much.
Yeah, especially looking at Koi Rika Mendes against Lorenzo Ricci. Tamayuki Aki now comes into the pits. and there are more side-by-sides. As you can see, Duciem now goes ahead of the lap car of Goyena, and now he's gonna try to clear the lap car of Shango, as now the leaders have now been unleashed. They're side-by-sides at the back though. Watch out for Lorenzo Ricci and Corey Rica Mendes though. They're gonna still go toe-to-toe. Here's the problem that we mentioned though. Corey Rica Mendes braking at the breaking into the grass, and you saw the sparks flying, and that's a mistake from Corey Rica Mendes that puts Lorenzo Ricci in a comfortable 12th place. Aziz Mwazif and Kizuhara Leo staying in 8th and 9th as we speak, and then we have Joshua Zurid against Maverick Duciem. Right, so again, just wanted to check more information about new merches. Fuamoko Nendoroids have been confirmed. Let me see. Let me just see here. We got some messy stuff going on, but whatever the case is, there's still lots to look forward to. Alright, so we are just going to see how it goes from here. Just wanted to double check on this situation about the current state of racing here. Corey Rica Mendes is now inside the pits. He will exit pretty much soon. Now, I would very much generally expect lots of racing action sometime down the line, though. Sometime down the line, we have seen some decent racing action in the mid stages, but now we're now coming into the final third of this race, and it's still still more a bit unpredictable as always to see what's going to happen next, especially given that especially compared to, let's say, Split A, which ended up having a pretty sizable gap between first and second and third. Liam Kai, just wanted to check, is good for Liam Kai is just about good for the entirety of the race. For Tyler Williams, he will also be good for the entirety of the race, although he might think of making a pit stop on the final lap, maybe, just maybe. And then there's Joshua Azurid and Maverick Duciem. Joshua Azurid is going to need to pit in the next 8 laps, and Maverick Duciem will be pitting in the next 6 laps. So right now it's currently an issue between Liam Kai and Tyler Williams. Tyler Williams looking to grab his JP class win of the season. Oh, and Tyler Williams though making a slight mistake, going off wide at the hairpin in the braking of the hairpin and losing grip and almost going off the track. Liam Kai now has another lap car to deal with. That's Rafael de Oliveira for Pamela Rene, 15th. Speaking of which, I'm speaking of the other drivers though. The best ID class car is Hanari Miyuki for Kobo Kanaeru, and the best recalls car is Masaraido for Todoroki Hajime. So let's take a look back into the progress chart to see how these drivers have fared. And the biggest gainer currently is Ed Sky, who started 18th, who's now up into 10th. Look at Jake Martinez though.
6 stops.
Ouch.
Followed by Goina, Siren, and Joey with 5 stops.
Yeah, and then Mendes, Alquida, Oliveira with 4, Lorenzo Ricci 3, and that leaves us with 11 drivers who only make one pit stop and 1 pit stop only, but that might change soon with Duciem and Azurid.
Now, since we're already in the third of this race, right?
Yeah, he's currently
from
third.
Your experience. From your experience, is there any other races that looks like exactly what happened here? or was there like more plot twists towards the end of it?
Well, if you look at past Fuji races, in Formula Hall International, it was a carnage fest where half of the field essentially crashed out and retired from the race. And then there's Hall at GT3, which everyone drove mostly cleanly, and there has been a very crazy first part of the race and then the crazy final parts of the race. Meanwhile, speaking of crazy parts here, there's Danilo Goyena and Joshua Zurit going toe-to-toe between each other as they are now gonna really go at it between the two, and now Goyena is being pushed by Zurit, but he's not gonna take it lying down. And Goyena doing very well to defend, well, although Goyena is already a few laps down.
True. They had a great start, but the stops really hurts.
So we are just going to check on Goyena once again, and he is now getting ever so closer to this one, Duciem. So let's say there's Goyena, and there's a side-by-side battle. There's Crystal Salamando against Joshua Zurid, or rather that's Lorenzo Ricci. Crystal Salamando is doing a very good job though in this race though. He's now currently inside the top 5 and chasing Joshua Zurid. He's trying to make up for his lost CEO Series campaign in Hall Light GT3. So if you want to talk about guys who race out of revenge, does that usually work?
Sometime. I mean, they have like a deeper drive to like win, so it can be.
Yeah, so right now, Salman is going to try to right the wrongs that he has done in Hall Light GT3 for the 24-25 season, of course. He wasn't at the races in the first 3 races of the qualifiers, or which it would be 3 out of 4 races in qualifiers, so that would mean that Salman would not qualify for the CEO at all, which is an absolute bummer. But of course, life has to continue as it is. So right now, Crystal Salman is currently on the charge against Joshua Zurit. He has a very good exit though. There's going to be a lot of action though. Watch out. Joshua Zurit now peeling down the inside of that looks like Danilo Goyena. And Zurit does very well to stay where he is right now. Alright, looking into more Nendoroids, there's Sakura Miko in her casual outfit. And then we also have, let me see, Himimori Luna, Hall Life, if Holo Baby! Oh dear. I mean, that's so on brand for Luna, right?
From the clips that I've seen of her, yeah.
Alright, so we are just going to double check, and then there's also a pop-up parade for Akai Hato, and then also Fubuki, and then let me see, there's more things to look up. So anyways, we are just checking into other potential battles to look into. So Salman gets ever so closer to Josh Azurit, but right now it's not coming so far. No overtakes yet, as we're now coming into 17 laps to go.
And so far from the entirety of this race, Miyuki has been consistent on 6.
Yeah, just staying where she needs to be. She doesn't need to take too much risk. Although I do need to check out though on Duciem and Azurit though, as well as Salman, because they need to pit in the next few laps as well, because their fuel loads are not enough. They will have to pit for fuel. So that will actually have a serious. That will actually mean that Miyuki has a serious consideration to be placed in third. And speaking of which, Liam Kai is now stuck behind 2-lap cars now, and that is Rafael de Oliveira and Jake Martinez. Liam Kai and Williams are going to be embroiled in a battle at this rate. So we're just going to stay where we are right now.
Now with split A, we can see the gaps, but with split B, you can see that everyone is like so close to each other, almost neck to neck, and it's like a different experience altogether for me.
Yeah, I know, because in split A, you got to see lots of racing action kicking off at the start. Now split B, everyone's just going to take a step back. But now we see, though, the gap between Liam Kai and Tyler drop down absolutely drastically as Liam Kai continues to struggle behind the lap cars of De Oliveira and Jake Martinez. So Liam Kai really needs to watch his gap, to watch his mirrors, though, because Tyler Williams is currently on a charge. Right now, the battle for the race lead is still calming down from what we're seeing. UCM stays pretty calmly in third. Now I would like to say also one more thing though. UCM, Azuri, and Salma, if they do pit in the final few laps, they will at the very least be the fastest cars out there in the final stages, where some of them would be suffering from brake fade, or not exactly brake fade, but worn tires and all that stuff, which absolutely affects the ability to drive your car and all that stuff. So that's also another thing that I want to be excited for. And down the inside goes Joshua Zuri against Rafa de Oliveira, but the move hasn't properly stuck. Tyler Williams though is slowly catching up.
Now Duxim is making their spin.
As expected, as we mentioned, so Miyuki will make the pass onto DCM. Masaraido will be following suit. So we also expect Azure Salman to exit behind Miyuki and Raido as well, because that's what we're seeing here. Potentially Asis Mwazif as well. Oh, and you can see Joshua Zuri gets under pressure. There. He's about to be overtaken by, that looks like Crystal Salman.
It's over neck to neck.
Yeah, but I almost thought that there's just gonna be contact and an overtake happening, but right now it's just another thing to know. But this time we have Tyler Williams though peeling down the inside of Liam Kai. This is for the race lead here in the Colorized Harmony Fuji 5-hour split B race. Tyler Williams is gonna try to bring home silverware for the Heimin and for Amane Kanata. He's gonna go down the inside, and that's gonna be Joshua Zurid responding with a great run off of turn 1 and now into the hairpin corner. So Tyler Williams now still staying in second at the moment. Miyuki's now up into third after, as we mentioned, because Salman and Azuri have come into the pits. So right now it's just going to be a pretty calm situation so far. Masaraido still in 4th, Leo 5th, Wanzif in 6th. Looks like they will exit ahead of DCM as it stands. There's Salman out on track. There is UCM now ahead of Salman. Azurid looks to me that he's already ahead of Salman. So again, that's just another change in basically. Never mind. But anyways, it's Tyler Williams now getting very close though to Liam Kai. He's gonna go at it again for this battle for the race lead.
No.
It's not gonna be close enough. Yeah, Liam Kai is gonna be looking to make a move against Rafael de Oliveira, but he gets squeezed. Tyler Williams is probably gonna be making use of this opportunity to possibly make a slight dive bomb down the inside, but I don't think it's gonna be the case though. And right now into 100R we go. Liam Kai is currently in this race lead. Williams in second. Hanari Miyuki will now take third place to make it ENJP ID podium variance. With Masaraido also in fourth, that also means that it's a variety of top finishers inside the top four in every category.
And currently, Fredo is the highest for Rigos, right?
Yeah, highest for Rigos, Masaraido in fourth place. And if you look at the other drivers, you're Serin, Joey, and Martinez. They are down in 17th, 18th, and 19th. Shango is in 11th. So we still have Williams still trying to find a way past Liam Kai in any capacity, while Liam Kai is just closer to Rafael de Oliveira. So right now we get to see Rafael de Oliveira being overtaken by Liam Kai once again, and again it causes trouble for the Hakos Bales driver. Tyler Williams is just hoping that he's just able to continue to find something against Williams, but Williams is just not going to give up though. Tyler Williams nearly making his move known, but nothing. Alright, so again, just wanted to check on another few things. Let's see. Let me just check. So again, we have the usual fans ready to watch the fest and the expo. And then we have the likes. Oh yeah, speaking of which, I just wanted to remind everyone about the Six Fest concert that will be coming up, the Color Harmony concert. Of course, this is a race that coincides with stage 2. So if you want to know more about the Six Fest and the expo that's currently live right now, you can scan the QR code below, well, bottom right, for more information about the Six Fest. And meanwhile, Tyler Williams, though, is still catching up on Liam Kai, but not sure if it's going to be enough still. Ooh, the answer is going to be no.
No, with 10 laps left.
10 laps to go, and rather, it's 11 laps to go, actually. As right now, Liam Kai still is in control of this race after, I think, should be leading the most laps out of anyone so far. But if Tyler Williams could steal it right at the death, what a story this will be.
That will be a good plot twist for this race.
Again, a plot twist, as we mentioned, from Serin. And speaking of which, Liam Kai currently in the lead, Williams in second, and as pending any freak moments, Hanari Miyuki will be finishing in third place. Fourth place will go to Masaraido for not exactly any explicable reason other than just him staying cool and staying consistent and all that stuff. Kizuhara Leo is going to be set to finish 5th in one of her final races for Murasaki Shion, so take a bow to Kaicho for this one. And then 6th place, Aziz Muazif, who is doing pretty okay at the moment. 7th place being Maverick Duciem. And then 8th place, Joshua Zurid, and with 9th place, Crystal Salman. So we still have lots of racing to go. Let me see. Rafael de Oliveira Now still causing issues there to Liam Kai. Liam Kai tries to go down the inside again and again and again and again. And now here comes Liam Kai trying to hang around the outside this time to finally clear Rafael de Oliveira. And for Tyler Williams though, he has another problem to look into because Danilo Goyena is actually causing lost time to Williams. Williams isn't going to give this up though, but Goyena has the better exit, but will Williams stay steadfast in his approach? Okay, now we're in the final 10 laps of the Split B race of the Colorized Harmony Fuji 5 hours, round 1 of the World Series in Holotype. And now you can see here Goyena still giving Tyler Williams a massive amount of gap. And around the final 2 corners, it's going to be Tyler Williams. Alright, so now we get to see Tyler Williams in a side-by-side battle once again, and we now get to also see Liam Kai trying to clear the lap car of Jake Martinez once and for all. He's currently being squeezed down the inside. Jake Martinez tries to go back to the racing line. And Liam Kai finally clears the lap car, and that might actually be game over. Kizhara Leo will be pitting in the next 10 laps for a quick splash of fuel. Same goes for Masaraido. And yeah, that should be the last of the pit stops. And also Hanari Miyuki, which would mean that Aziz Muazif, at least as it stands right now, Aziz Muazif will be promoted up into P3 as it stands. Alright, so Saren, so each race a different experience. Split A was wacky and wild. Split B is more cool and calculated. Let's not take away from the fact that we still have an enjoyable race though.
But now, seeing this in real time is different from seeing like what was it? Yeah, the replays, because this is happening right now, and I'm feeling like I'm just watching from it. It's already overwhelming, especially from the Split A.
Yeah, and speaking of which, there might be some more actions to come as Crystal Salman is going to challenge himself to make an overtake against his fellow JP class teammate, fellow teammate Joshua Zuri. Meanwhile, we do have De Oliveira and Goyena training both between each other. It's now Tyler Williams now ahead of the two, but still behind Jake Martinez. De Oliveira still in 16th place, Salman in 9th. There's going to be a massive shuffle though coming to the final few laps as the
next few rounds is gonna be
the next pit stops are going to come in these final few laps. So again, it's a very nice chilly day in Fuji Speedway as
we get to win that.
Another situation that's been developing though. Tyler Williams' gap between himself and Liam Kai have now opened up to 5 seconds, which means Liam Kai is almost through to win this race. So we're just going to provisionally write the results. And then we have Daniel Goyena also very comfortably in 15th, but not before the Rafael de Oliveira might have a chance to beat Goyena. Tamayuki Aoki might actually have a realistic chance to bring home 4th, or rather 4 points from 14th place. Puerto Rican Mendes in the Takanashi Kiara car, who started on pole position, is gonna bring home only 8, and then 14 points currently going to Sean Go in that Regloss car, and then after that it is going to be 11th place Lorenzo Ricci in 11th, just a double check on the situation here. And then Ed Sky in 10th for Kazama Iroha. the 9th, Christoph Salman. And then Guyana is currently out of the Guyana is currently out of the points. But right now he's on a battle between himself and Yuri Rafael de Oliveira. But watch out though for Zirit and Salman in the final few laps.
Salman has been showing good attacks from the starting of this race.
So, anyways, just wanted to check onto another few things to report. Let me see. So really can't tell if there's gonna be even more things to report. Not exactly, but for now, I would say that it's still pretty good, doing pretty okay though at the expo. The fest is about to start in about 3 hours time of sorts. So if for anyone who wants to immediately go from Fuji to the fest, they have ample amounts of time. Sven Jensen, I believe, is currently around the Tokyo area as we speak, as he has officially finished his race hours ago. And speaking of which, we do have 6 laps to go. And right now, what has been the most surprising thing that you have seen so far?
Now, it's not a surprise. It's where the other car went out from the track itself. That's one thing for sure. That didn't happen in Split A, so I was like, oh, that is very like out of from my own knowledge. Basically, because
we have speaking of Salman now trying to make a move against Joshua Azurit for basically a 8th place. And so right now Joshua Azurit is hanging around as it stands right now with 44 points. By now it's going to be 57. But right now they're still side by side though. Salman against Azurit. Salman might actually want to try his luck and tries to hang around the outside. It will a very good run, but it's not going to be enough against Azurit. Ooh, talk about a close call there. But you sense that the move is going to happen pretty much soon, with 5 laps to go here in the Colorized Harmony Fuji 5-hour Split B race. So again, I just wanted to remind everyone about the concert that coincides with this that coincides with essentially this race essentially. So there's stage 2 of the 6th fest is going to take place later this evening after stage 1. So there's the QR code and that has a pop-up in the bottom right of your screen. So if you want to know more about the fest and you want to know more about the expo, please scan in the bottom right of your screen. Again, we're not doing the work cover, we're just doing this because we wanted to promote Holotype and all that stuff through racing. But anyways, we do have confirmation that Masa Raido, Kizuhara Leo, and Hanari Miyuki have come into the pits. So this will mean that right now Joshua Azurit is going to try his luck against lap car Tamayuki Aoki, but Tamayuki Aoki is just there, I guess. So we're going to adjust the numerals a bit. So it's going to be Maverick Duciem, who is now currently in 4th place. 5th place will be Joshua Azurit after all of this, just showcasing his continued just wanting to showcase his continued determination for Mori Calliope. And the 6th place is of course Crystal Salman, has a very quick pit stop, so he is already coming out better off. Unfortunately for Hanari Miyuki, she has lost a lot of time here. And speaking of which, Aziz Muasif is now in the podium positions. So after Miyuki, it's going to be Masa Raido in 8th place. Just wanted to correct the information here. So right now, the order here is Kai Williams, Muasif Duciem, Azurit, Salman Miyuki, Raido. Hang on. Let me just double check on Taicho. And then there's also never mind. So it's going to be Kai Williams Moazif, the Duciem, and Azur. And meanwhile, there's Crystal Salman once again. Crystal Salman has already made a pit stop and has already caught himself back up into Azuri, and now he's going to try again.
And
Trying around the outside once again, and this time he's much closer. And around 100 are they're still side by side. Still nothing separating between the two as Crystal Salman tries to hang around the outside against Joshua Zurit, 4 versus 12. It's gonna be a case on who's gonna come out first. It's gonna be Crystal Salman ahead, but will Zurit be able to respond at the Dunlop chicane?
So far, this two has been neck to neck for a few times now.
And right now, it's gonna be something of a certainty for Crystal Salman now, who now takes 5th away from Joshua Zurit. What a great racing move that was. So anyways, just to recap the top the points finishers: Kai Williams, Moazif, Liam Kai about to win here in Fuji. Kai, Willis, Wazib, Duciem, and now Salman inside the top 5. Zurit, Miyuki, Raido, Leo, and Sky. And then Richie, Go, Mendes, Aoki, and Goyena. As it stands right now, because right now Rafael de Oliveira has lost touch to Daniel Goyena, so we will give one solitary point to Goyena. And with that being said, we are now coming into the final 2 laps of this race with Liam Kai in complete control. Chaos goes in all directions, but at the very least, it's going in the right direction for Liam Kai and Hakos Bales. And I mean, Seirin, you also talked about those who with great dance choreography. Guess what? Liam Kai is leading this race with the dance that will mesmerize everyone here in Fuji Speedway.
Yes.
So,
now, you did ask me what is the surprising things about this race, right? Now, compared to the Split A, Split B is like it's even more consistent. And the fights, the battles between the drivers actually are very neck to neck. Especially for Azurit and Summerman. They had a couple battles here and there throughout this race, and finally Summerman got through Azurit.
Yeah.
The attack and defense was really balancing right there. They are very neck to neck.
Yeah, you like there's nothing separating between the two, between Salman and Azurit, and now Salman is gonna slowly pull away against Azurit as we speak right now, as the only battle that might actually happen there. But now we have Liam Kai about to start the final lap of the Colorized Harmony Fuji 5-hour Split B race, and right now it's been almost perfect for Liam Kai. Although he just needs to secure this one final lap though. So what do you think of Liam Kai's performance?
From the first race, like from the starting point, I was like, oh, they probably could do it, because my personal prediction for this, it was gonna be Azurit being first, but here's the turns out of the event. Kai is leading, and they are very good at leading as well, because they've been keeping their position from the very start.
Yeah, I mean, you talk about the amount of consistency that Liam Kai has, but then again, you see how Liam Kai dances around like Hakos Bale on stage. Yep. I mean, there's a lot of parallels. I would like to agree with you.
And I would also like to point out, Leo has been doing so good for this race.
Yeah, I mean, given the current situation that Kaicho is currently facing, you can't help but commend Kaicho for having a strong spirit there. But let's not forget about Liam Kai though. Coming into the final 2 corners, Liam Kai has chaos facing in all directions, but now it's gone in the way of the top step of the podium here in Fuji. Liam Kai only has the main straight to deal with, and with that, Liam Kai crosses the line to win the Colorized Harmony Fuji 5-hour Split B race.
Congrats.
And speaking of which, the battle might not be over just yet. However, Tomoyuki Aoki is going to cause some trouble there to Azuri's chances of him getting fifth place. Tyler Williams grabs second, Ricci 11th, De Oliveira 16th, Goyena 15th. Wazif will grab a surprise podium for Ayunda Risu. Let's take a look at the progress chart. The biggest gainer, Aziz Wazif.
As if was with 10.
Yeah, so right now we are going to officiate this race from here. We are now seeing this race come to its conclusion, although it is pretty milquetoast here. Now we're going to check into the rest of the field here as they are now about to cross the line. We still have Crystal Salman ahead of Joshua Zure by 1.9 seconds. Goal finishes 12, Mendes 13th, Martinez 19th, Salman confirms 5th, Azure 6th, Hanari Miyoki will be guaranteeing 7th place, Joey will be guaranteeing 18th, Raido 8th, Kizuhara Leo 9th, and Ed Sky rounds out the top 10. So with that being said, we are going to go for a bit of a intermission for a while as we're going to wait for the cars to finally cross the line. And with that being said, let's congratulate the finishers of this race. So Liam Kai, congratulations for him for winning the Split B race of the Colorized Harmony Fuji 5-hour race. Tyler Williams second for Harmony Kanata is another commendable result, with Aziz Mwazif third for Ayuda Risu. Maverick Duciam 4 for Omar Polka, with Crystal Salman 5th for ASCII, Joshua Zurt 6 for Ori Calliope, Hanari Miyuki 7 for Kobo Kanaeru, Masaraido 8 for Todoroki Hajime, with Kizuhara Leo 9 for Murasaki Shion. Sky 10 for essentially Kazama Iroha, with Lorenzo Ricci 11 for Ocean Marine. Shongo 12 for Ichijo Ririka, with 13th place Korika Mendes, who did start on pole. He did pretty decently right at the end. He did finish at the points in 13th. Tomoyuki Aoki 14 for Takanilo, with 15th. Danilo Goyena for Sarapekor, Rafael de Oliveira 16 for Pavolia Rene. Seirin 17 for Otonose Kanade, not a great race for her, and also Joey 18 for Jufu de Raden, and Jake Martinez 19th for Hyodoshi Ao. Now, as I'm about to save this replay and we're about to share everyone about the championship standings here after this race, Seirin, what are your thoughts?
So far, the race was interesting. It's mesmerizing, like how Split A and Split B are like completely different to each other, like the type of race it is, where the first one is like very more into battles, while the second one is like more chill, except for like the few people there who are going neck to neck and everything. It's like a pure race right there. And for someone who's like not used to this is like a very good
exposure. It's a good way to expose on how racing actually works. And you know, it's nice to see people be opened up into the racing scene. And you know, there are like differing, like contrasting ideas on how the races are being run. So anyways, we still have a few things that we do need to double check here. We do still have let me check. We're just going to record the results here. Alright, so we have Yuri Rafael de Oliveira being one of the non-point scorers, and then joining Yuri Rafael de Oliveira are 3 Regloss cars, on which they didn't have a great start to basically this campaign, but at the very least there are those who perform on their behalf, like for example Shango finishes in oh sorry, it's actually 12th place. Let me just modify that. Hang on, let me just check on this. So again, Liam Kai wins here in Fuji. Tyler Williams second for Kanata, and then third place goes to a surprising face, Aziz Mwazi for Ayunda Risu. And then fourth place goes to let me just check. Maverick DCM, who also had a great race for Omar Polka. Now, just the funny story about DCM is that he actually had a Game 7 moment where he needed to have a good result to qualify for the CEO. He was in the Zako spot initially, but now he is basically put himself in a position where he would at the very least be able to continue to fight for another day in the CO series, and now he's qualified in the CO series. Is now currently in a decent position right now. I can't help but commemorate him. So anyways, as far as standout drivers, Serin, who has been your standout driver so far?
DCM.
Yeah, DCM
That's
for
for
sure.
sure.
Yeah, the DCM absolutely showed everyone why he deserves to be here and all that stuff. Joshua Zurid in Joshua Zurid 6 and Hanari Miyuki Fokobo Kanaeru in 7th, Masaraido in just wanted to check, and let me just check here. And we are almost done with the scoring here. We got Kizuhara Leo and Sky Kazama Iroha check, and then we got Lorenzo Ricci, Shango, and then we got Koirika Mendez, and then Takane Louis, Tamoyuki Aoki, and this one Rafael de Oliveira, Jake Martinez with Yodashi Ao, and that would leave us with a few more drivers that we need to take a look here. Hang on. Sorry. Just wanted to double check this one. So again, for your first race in Holotype, what are your thoughts?
At least for my race right here for the split, it's not a good start, but like I'm hoping for like the next one, Regloss would take our revenge. But for currently right now having at least one of our Regloss member in the top 10, I'll take that as a win.
Well, it happens to the best of us, so we are just going to do some modifications to the standings here just to confirm every one of the current championship context. So we are just going to do one more thing here, 7 standings world and all that stuff. And with that being said, we are just going to do this. We're actually going to showcase everyone about the championship standings here after Fuji. So with that being said, we have our championship confirmation here, as we are just going to transition ourselves into the intro here. So here are the current split B standings here after round 1. Liam Kai now has 200 points over Tyler Williams at 175. Aziz Mwaziv in 3rd, Maverick DCM 4th, Crystal Salman 5th, and then 6th place would be Joshua Zurid, Hanare Miyuki in 7th, Masaraido 8th, Kizuhara Leo 9th, and Ed Sky 10th. Lorenzo Ricci in 11th with Shango 12th, Koirika Mendez 13th, Tamoyuki Aoki 14th, Dylan Guyana 15th. Shango is currently in the what do we call the he's in the wildcard spot right now, but we'll see how it goes in split C. Koirika Mendez 13th, Tamoyuki Aoki 14th, Dylan Guyana 15th, De Oliveira 16th, Sarin 17th, Joey 18th, and Jake Martinez in 19th place. Watch out for the next 4 drivers who will be entering from round 2 onwards. Now that out of the way, before we end this stream, I'd like to do one more plug, like one more plug before we settle things here. So we have the stage 2 of the Colorized Harmony concert coming right up. And of course, it is going to be scheduled, I believe, at around 5 p.m. Japan time. So please pay attention to your scheduling. So we hope everyone here has enjoyed the stream for both splits A and B, and we wish you the best of luck as we wish you everyone the best of luck, the fans, cover, and especially the talents who are going to be set to take the stage in Makuhari-messe in a few hours time for their colorized harmony performances. And with that out of the way, I'm Mama Reza in the commentary booth, and alongside me is of course the venerable Serin, and we'd like to again say wish everyone the best. See you all tomorrow for the creators and split C race, and we'll see you there. Take care, everyone.